Hello, everyone, and good afternoon. We would like to welcome you all with us today. Our webinar will be recorded, and you can go back to our YouTube channel to get more if you want to attend it. So I would like to welcome you all, introducing and speak about introduction about the GS1 standard in the healthcare training, hosted by Afri Summit in collaboration with GS1 Egypt, our knowledge partner for this year, 2023. During this webinar, we will have a privilege to hear from Dr. Khaled Sayed, the head of the industry engagement at GS1 Egypt, and Dr. Haytham Sabri, the head of regulatory solution at GS1 Egypt as well. Both esteemed speakers will dive into the standards and set for all the healthcare training that GS1 Egypt has planned. And they will talk us through a focal points which are set by the healthcare training. I would love to introduce each of them separately. Introducing Dr. Khaled Sayed, he was graduated from Faculty of Engineering in 2010, worked with the communication engineering as a communication engineering in many companies, and then joined GS1 Egypt in 2012. Then he started to be the responsible person in the GS1, applying the GS1 standard in the healthcare sector. He was the project manager of Track and Trace project in Egypt, participated by many projects with the Ministry of Health, applying the GS1 standard, of course, in healthcare. Dr. Khaled also participated in developing the track and trace system in Egypt and was responsible to give all the healthcare sector, industry, the GS1 standard trainings and related topics. Dr. Haytham Sabri is a graduated from the Faculty of Pharmacy in 2008, and then he joined the Marketing and Sales Business Administration Diploma, American University in Cairo, and Naval Academy as well. He started his career at the Egyptian Drug Authority, which formerly was the Ministry of Health, in 2013, and worked gradually until he reached the head of digital transformation in the EDA. This webinar promises to be enriching in all insightful and experience, offering a valuable knowledge, networking opportunity with the GS1 and expert people. We encourage to be actively participating, asking your question, and you can always reach one of PRA team or GS1 team if you have more and further questions. Once again, I would like to welcome, and we are honored to have you here, Dr. Khaled and Dr. Haytham. And please, it's all for you.
Thank you, Doctor, for this wonderful introduction. I'm so happy to hear from you and happy to join you. And thanks for PRA Consultancy to give me this opportunity to discuss with the wonderful team members or your customers, because always we love to help the healthcare people, as we all are patients. At the end, we are patients at the end. So helping the healthcare industry will give us like a great opportunity to have like a mission in our life. So that's why I love to work in the healthcare industry. So and thanks for this introduction. We will not take so long. Okay, we'll just give the introduction about the healthcare training, which we did a cooperation with PRA Consultancy on this training. And this you promoted this, and thank you for giving us the opportunity, because you want always to help the pharmaceutical and all the team members to learn all of the things and all the standards that they need. I would like to share my screen.
Sure.
So I think now the screen is available. So as I said, we did just a minute. We are waiting for the screen.
Yes, still we don't see the screen. I think it's loading. Yes, now yes.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so as I said, we did like a cooperation with the PRA Consultancy, and in order to give the PRA Consultancy customers the value of the GS1 in healthcare. So we are going to go on through, you'll find the presentations bilingual in English and Arabic. We're going to go through like an overview about GS1. GS1 is a multinational organization which has around 115 member organization all over the world now. We are serving more than 150 customers, countries all over the world, as there are some member organizations are serving other countries which don't have member organization. We're working in more than 25 sectors. So mainly all the sectors we are working on. And of course, one of these sectors is the healthcare sector, which we are always focusing on this sector. So our slogan today is GS1 helps the world. And this is the slogan that we have, to speak one language. And the one language is the global standard, which is the barcode. Why GS1? So why we choose GS1? GS1, we always have these problems when we go, especially from my side, when I travel to Dubai or something, I found the plug is different. And because I'm Middle East and Europe, and when I travel to the US, I found it different. And when I travel to the China, I found it different. So that's why we choose GS1. GS1 helps all the world to speak one language and to not have any difference. And we don't need connectors, which is with each other. The Chinese people can connect to the Arab people, to the Middle East, to the Europe people, to the US people. So this is the use of the GS1, speaking all one language, which is the barcode. We started working with the healthcare sector. You have to know that all the global healthcare organizations are working by using the GS1 standard. The World Customers Organization, the WHO, the International Society for Blood Transfusion, and everything on the ISO are working by using GS1 standard. How we promote the standards? Just to give the people like secure that we promoted the standards and we created the standards not from our mind. And this is why GS1 is success. We created the standards by gathering all the requirements from the healthcare leaders, and we have a healthcare global user group, which we attend meeting every Wednesday, and we ask them, what pain do you have? What do you need? And the healthcare interest group, what do you need? Which problems? And from all over the world, from the Middle East and from the Arab and from the United States and from the hospital, in order to create a full solution, because you are the one who know the best solution and the pain, not us. We can give you the solution by using the standards, but you are the one who knows the pain. And also, we are not working in healthcare in only pharmaceutical. We're working in the hospitals, applying the 5 patients right, like the right patient, right drug, right time, right route, right dose, and then at the end, the right patient. Our mission is done by 3 steps that you have to take in consideration. Identify, capture, and share. Identify, you found in front of you the full supply chain. We identify which item or place we need to identify. We have a key identifier for each item in the supply chain or place. For example, we have the pharmaceutical manufacturer. We identified by the global location number, the GLN. The item you identified by the global trade item number, the GTN, which you will find it. The GTN is identified, is used in not only the healthcare, it's used in everything. That like the bottle of water you have in front of you or the pack of tissues, you will find the normal barcode and this full GTN. And the case and the pallet is identified with the SSCC, which is the serial shipping container code. Capture, we saw what is the barcode that we're going to use. Are we going to identify an item that only needs GTN? So we will identify it by EN or UPC. Do we need the pallet? So we have to get a bigger barcode like GS1128 format. Do we need like a carton? So we are going to use the ITF14. Do we need more data like serialization, which is our training mainly focus, like GS1 data matrix? And then if we identify and capture Finally, we have to share this information. Sharing this information will need like an item master data, which have all the product data, and this is product data is gathered by the GTIN. So this is an introduction about GS1 Egypt. GS1 Egypt was formed in 1997. I was happy to join GS1 in 2012. We are more than 25 years in the market. We have worked in not only in Egypt, we have worked with Saudi Arabia. We have applied like hospital implementation in GCCs. We are serving now more than 20,000 customers. And these customers are increasing every day. We are supporting them every day in their business. Our main mission is to get their business bigger. These are some of the partnerships that we have, and that's why GS1 Egypt is one of the big GS1 MOs in the Middle East. We have like in the retail, we have like Magad al-Futim, MAF, and we have an Amazon and Spinneys, all of these retails and e-commerce. We have the Supreme Council of Hospitals. We have the Egyptian Drug Authority. We have the Egyptian Tax Authority. We have the Unified Procurement Authority for procurement of healthcare, pharmaceutical and medical devices. We have Noon. We have Jumia. We have the Egyptian Healthcare Authority, which is responsible for the healthcare insurance. So this one slide, which is not, by the way, so updated, but I just want to let you see how many countries is applying the GS1 standard in healthcare. And this is in pharmaceutical, and this is in medical devices. The purpose of this slide is that we need you to see the value of this training, because taking this training will give you the ability to understand every requirement, every specific requirement in the implementation guideline in your country, Egypt or UAE or Saudi Arabia or any of the Middle East. We will help you to keep you updated with all the updated standards and the updated implementation guidelines, and we will be with you until you apply the serialization inside your manufacturing or your company. And this is also the medical devices and the same. So the value of using barcode. This is the GTIN. The GTIN is an item which is uniquely identified and cannot be repeated. And simply, it's like the ID copy. Okay, it's an ID, personal ID, which have all your information. Your picture, when you just scan it, you have in GS1 all the database. The picture, the category, the description, the unit of measure, the country of origin, everything you will find in the product identification by using GLN. And in order to identify the location, we use the GLN, which is, this is the location where these items were manufactured or distributed or sold in the track and trace. So the GLN has the location name and the coordinates on the GPS and the specific address and the type of this, either than warehouse or factory, for example. So all of this will be detailed explained to you in the training provided by PRA and GS1. And finally, the SSCC, which is used, the serial shipping container code, which is used in the identification of pallets. In order, this is used, the SSCC is mainly used in the aggregation model, the aggregation business model, which we make parent-child relationship to these items. So our role here is to ensure that you understand all the GS1 key identification keys and all the item, the barcodes, and also understand the implementation guidelines and know your next step. And if you have any questions, you ask us. Finally, the verified by GS1. And this is the most important thing, which is the people in the GCC know, of course, which is used as as verified by GS1 is the database which have all the products information. It has product pictures, product information, and this database has more than 900 million products. So this database is used that we integrate this database with the authorities in order to get the database. So also in our training, we'll explain in details the different items of barcode in order that you can, when you purchase your printing materials, printing, or you receive, you ensure that this printing is good and readable. We will explain to you the details of the 1T barcode, the EN, and the GS1 128, the EN.
I believe
Khalid,
something went wrong, right? Yes.
yeah, Khalid will be shortly. Just a minute.
Problem. No problem. Take your time.
Back again, I think. Yeah.
Sorry
for this.
No problem, Dr. Khalid. Meantime, can I ask Asif, please, to open the place for question and answer so people can drop their question and answer in case something wants to be asked?
Yeah, sure.
تفضل دكتور تفضل.
Okay. So this is what I was discussing about the 1D and the 2D barcoding, the difference between them. So as I said, that we will go through our trainings in the different and the details of the EN, which is identified on the products already, and the GS1 128, and we will go into the details of the aggregation, and we will move into the specific implementation guidelines you have in your country, and we will inform you how to identify each barcode and how to identify the GS1 data matrix and the non-GS1 data matrix, and we'll explain to you all the details of the GS1 identification keys and the GS1 data matrix also, and to ensure that the printed is GS1 data matrix, not a normal GS1 data matrix, which will not be readable in the supply chain. So just a small introduction about GS1 data matrix. Of course, you know that we already choose the GS1 data matrix because it's certified already by ISO, and it holds a big amount of data, and it's encoded by the AIs, which is the application identifiers, which we put in it 4 items mainly: the GTIN, the patch, the expiry date, the patch number, and the serial number, as you see. And this 01 and 21 and 17 and 10, the AIs, the application identifier, which we will go into the details. And we will also explain to you the function one, which include this GS1 data matrix, and let you have the ability to read GS1 data matrix in order to synchronize, to ensure that your system is synchronized with the Ministry of Health or the drug authority that you are integrated with according to your implementation guideline. So the track and trace. All of us know the track and trace and know that it's very simple. The pharmaceutical factories produce the pharmaceutical products, and they serialize the item, and they send a commissioning XML message. This is if you are using the APCIS standard, which is the Electronic Product Code Information Services, which will give also a small introduction in the GS1 training. Okay. So you send a commissioning message and then to the drug authority and inform them that you have produced like say 100 pharmaceutical packs. And then you make aggregation. So you make a packing event, and you send also the aggregation, the SSCC code, and the serial inside this SSC code, parent-child relationship, to the drug authority. Then the drug authority have the database, what the manufacturers has produced. Then they send the shipping event to the distributor. The distributor holds and scans, and then they send a receiving event. And after that, the distributor unpack event, and then pack, they need to send another packaging to the pharmacy and send a shipping event to the pharmacy. The pharmacy unpack event, and then send dispensing event. And if there is a recall back or something, and this is why we do the track and trace. The track and trace is very important for the recall back. So we have to take into consideration that doing this is very important, not to trace forward, but to trace backwards. So this is the importance of the track and trace. This is what I have discussed with you, which I told you that each movement or the regulator monitors this. And this is here, you will find the value of the GS1 training in cooperation with the PRA, which will be going to explain all of this in details, and explain the implementation guidelines, and explain the XMLs in details for the technical people, and ensures that you understand the GS1 standards in healthcare 100%. So finally, this is also, I just want to give you an introduction about GS1. So as I told you, we'll always make patient safety for the hospitals. So mainly we use that we reduce unexpired products in the hospital. Our standards automate the process of item receipt, storage, and dispatch using the GS1 data matrix barcoding. We identify all the suppliers to make the return easily. We decrease the cycle count to be 6 working days instead of 15 working days. So the project objectives, it's mean like reducing cost and manual entry, apply patient safety, which I told you about, the 5 patients' rights, and easy warehouses and warehouse management and inventory control. So finally, I just want to thank you. And I need to thank Dr. Mona and PRA for this opportunity to let me explain to you this introduction, and waiting for any questions.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Khaled. I think we have one question from Christine. Do I need to extend my GS1 company account in UAE to Egypt? And if yes, how to do it? And what are the extra charges or fees for that?
No, you don't. GS1 account, the training that we are providing is giving you more information. It doesn't give you the identification keys. The identification keys already you have it from GS1 UAE, and you can use these identification keys all over the world.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions? Hind Ghalab, or you want to talk? I'll allow you to talk. Please go ahead. Unmute yourself and speak.
Okay, so you hear me?
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay. Yes, please. Thank you so much for the valuable information. I just need to ask about the EN code, because I noticed that with the figure EN code, with the figure of the normal or linear code, while GTIN with the matrix with the QR code. So since I know that most of European countries are using EN code, so does it mean that the matrix or the QR code are not applied with the EN code in Europe, or is this not linked to each other?
Look, the EN code is the GTIN, but the EN is the format which you use to encode the GTIN if you are using the linear barcode. It's named EN. This is the format, which is the linear barcode. And on the since 10 years or 13 years ago, it was named EN13. Now it's transferred to GTIN 13. But in the GS1 data matrix, when you encode, you put a GTIN 14, not the GTIN 13, and it's you add the packaging indicator in the GTIN. So you can use its normal format. The GTIN is the EN, and Europe is using the GTIN. So it's very normal that the linear barcode have the EN, which is the GTIN.
And both of them are attached with the QR code or the matrix code. The
Yes.
figure, the QR figure. Yeah.
Yes, but you have to add a 0, which is the extension, it's packaging indicator, if you are going to encode it in the 2D barcode.
If it's 2D, I add 0?
0 or any packaging indicator. But you have
Okay.
to add, you have to transfer it from GTIN 13 to GTIN 14.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Any other questions anyone would like to ask? Anyone would like, I think we are done with the questions that is written. I had a question, if you don't mind, Dr. Khaled. So people sometimes ask us why GS1 has a representative office in each country to support. However, we can always register with one of them and it will go through, right? Is this the case? Or they have to register in each country if they have a different distributor?
No, they register with only one, and they can use the GTIN all over the world. GS1 has in each country office because each country has its specific requirements. For example, Egypt is not like UAE, is not like Saudi Arabia, is not like US. So each one had their own culture, and they have to deal. The employees should be the culture that they are dealing with. For example, the governmental entities in the UAE, they have to deal with the UAE people who live there, and in the Saudi Arabia, they have to deal with them, and in Egypt, they have to deal with the same culture that they have in Egypt. So the best one to understand the Egyptian culture is GS1 Egypt, the Egyptian people, and the best one to understand the UAE is you guys. So that's why it has different member organizations, but we always help each other, and we are one team, and we always support and give more support to our customer. This is the most important thing for us.
Noted. People who usually ask us questions, please come ahead and ask. Does this mean everyone understands GS1? No other questions we will get on PRA platform after this?
Happy for this, doctor. That means that I'm good instructor.
Yes. I agree.
Yes. Good or bad, yeah, it counts both. يعني هي بتحمل
No, I
المعنيين.
think it's a good thing because honestly, GS1 is doing a great job in all over the world. يعني حتى بالUAE يعني, and they are really educating people what they have to do and what is GS1, what is GI10. I believe this is really a good webinar. Thank you for the added value that you have added also. And I believe your presentation was very simple and clear with all the structured steps. So people are more than happy. They got the information, but they don't have any questions. This indicates a good presentation, actually.
Perfect. And if anyone has any question and sent you over the platform, I'm open, Dr. Mona, for any replies.
Yes. I will ask you, please, to drop on the chat box your emails, Dr. Khaled and Dr. Haytham. So people,
Yes,
if
sure.
they want anything, they can contact you directly as well.
Sure. This is my email, and this is also the email of the healthcare in GS1 Egypt. So if anyone needs to ask anything, you can send me or Dr. Haitham or the healthcare, because the healthcare team will be able to reply.
One last question. Is GS1 apply for pharma only in Egypt, or is it for pharma and medical devices?
Pharmaceutical and medical devices too.
Both.
Yes.
Okay. I think we are done for today's session. Thank you very much for being with us. Do you want to add anything more to go with?
No, just we want to thank you, Dr. Mona, and the PRA team.
My
You did a
pleasure.
very great job.
See you soon in
And-
Cairo, inshallah.
And thank you,
Inshallah.
and see you soon. Okay.